the truck's made a bit of progress. Got the truck into primer yesterday. We kind of cut a few corners, I guess, to get it into primer, but steps that we can go back and do once we've got the primer in and to allow for its correct curing time. So while it's curing, we can be doing the other stuff on the inside of the car.
Pretty long hours. We've been doing 16-hour days, us and most of the boys. We've got to push to get it done. We've got no choice. In the last week of it, so it's all hands on deck. We're starting to lay out all the electrical for all the computer systems, all the engine, body, lights, everything like that. The trimmers are here starting to fit out the interior. Yeah, everyone's got a job to do. I went over to Jerry's engine dyno and we set up all the EFI and I helped Jerry tune. We ran out of time. We were about 3 days behind on getting the engine back into the car, so I only had time to put a base tune in it.
We were running it up with carburetors first because it's just far easier to set the initial engine, make sure the cam's running correctly and everything's running sweet down the engine and it's making power before we swap to the more complex injection. The thing is, if we know the mechanics of the engine work correctly, once the fuel injection system goes on, we know if there's any issues then it's only in the injection side of it only, not the actual engine. The engine is a dark little M-based engine, a small block Chevy. It's out to 406 cubic inches. It's running a BDS 871 billet blower with billet internals. And then it's running a unique injector hat which BDS have made up for us from the States, and that'll have a fast injection system coupled up to it.
On base tune it made about 650 horsepower, so that'll get us started, and then once we get the engine in the vehicle, then I'll tune it again on the road and we'll see if we can wind up the wick a bit. It should hook up all right with the 15-inch wide wheels on the back. One of those things we'll have to tune is the suspension while we're down there too, adjust that because that'll all be fresh to us.
At the moment, I'm just finishing off the front inner guards that Dino's made. I just had to weld in a tube to go around the steering shaft, just to give it the neater looking appearance. We're still trying to make everything look as nice as possible in the short amount of time we're given, just so it doesn't look like it's been half-assed or thrown together. It's been some pretty big hours. Everyone's putting in the extra effort, 6-7 day weeks, up to 20-hour days. Sometimes tensions get a little high, but generally everything's going pretty well.
We've definitely knocked a lot off the list the last 2 weeks, especially the major hurdle being the paint side of it and bodywork, which is a long week, that's for sure. But the paint laid down really nice. We just cut it and gave it a quick buff and it's come up really good. So I guess as long as we don't put any scratches in it in the reassembly, that's definitely one of the major steps in any build. Always worry about it, I guess, more so, because paint's one of those things that can go on really good one day and then really ordinary the next day. Got the trimmers here from Evan's Trim Shop out at Toowoomba on site doing the carpet for us, which is really helping us out instead of having to move the vehicle off site. The tub needs to be rhino lined, which is pretty basic. It's all prepped. We just need to find a time to roll it into the booth just to do that. So we might try and do that late tonight so it'll be dry in the morning so we can get back into it.
So here we are 98 days later, Todd, so how does it feel?
Just can't believe we did it. Yeah, I was talking to Beck. She was in control of tallying all the hours and timesheets, and it took about 2,600 hours in the 98 days, or just under 14 weeks in total. Everything done in-house. I guess the only thing that we did get a hand with was the upholstery. We stripped the seat out, and then the boys at Evan's Trim Shop out at Toowoomba did all the re-trimming of the seat and the door cards, but then they come and fitted the carpet on site, so pretty much a complete build in-house, so pretty happy.
You and Dean did a 24-hour stint on the last day just to try and get the truck to the point where it was drivable and completed. We were only still putting the dash into our truck when the other truck was arriving to pick it up to take to Melbourne. So the problem is we lost a number of days getting the truck to Melbourne because it's not just down the road, it's 2,000 odd kilometres, which put the other guys at a bit of an advantage over us because they had still several days to complete their builds, and obviously their builds were probably quite as extensive as what we did.
Truck can drive, stop. I guess we've got to thank a lot of our sponsors and all the boys that put in the man hours, staff, suppliers, anyone else that was involved, even to people helping out with coffees and drinks and keeping us all hydrated after the long hours.
And now that we've done number one under our belt and built what we consider is an awesome build, we're looking for a customer now to come out and put their hand up and we can take their vision into a reality and have them on television as well.
No, I'd be more than happy to help anyone out that wants to get a car finished to the sort of level that we want to finish a car.
All I can say is bring on the next one.